wash away your sins. So take up your cross, my friends, and follow him. Praise and follow him.
26 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Good morning, Grenada, Carrier, Cool, PD, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. It's this time again for Good Morning Grenada, this link up with our television platform. Yeah, how are you doing? How is everything this morning? Everybody's fine? I do hope so. Yeah. Christmas is around the corner, yeah? Around the corner right there. I want to say good morning to all the fisher folks of the nation. Yeah. Make sure that you have all your requisite equipment and you're going out on your fishing expeditions, right? Your GPS and your flares and, you know, understand what I'm saying? Hope you got your vessels inspected, because I do think that the inspection period has concluded. So I hope all is well, and that you go out and provide the nation with the much needed nutritional food, fish. Yeah, I love fish. So let's get into that segment where, we try to, improve on your vocabulary, place some new words in your repertoire. Good morning, Mr. Clyde Belfon. How are you this morning? You all right, Papi? Good, nice. I want to say good morning to Mr. Urban Mason and family out there in Munich. How are you doing? Mr. Rufin and Hope, good morning. Miss Rossa, Mr. Ross, and Miss Ann Caliste and Hope, good morning. Teacher Yvette, good morning to you. How are you? Okay, good. The word for the day. Let's start off with that. The word for the day this morning is the word solace. To a person who is experiencing grief, sadness, or anxiety. Solace. It is a noun, right? And it can be used in this way. I'll give you two examples how it can be used, all right? Her presence was a great solace to me during my time of need. Yeah? You can also say, we took solace in the knowledge that our ordeal would be over soon. Good, that's the word for the day. Remember that. Write it down and try to interchange it in your conversations. That way you are building your word power. Nice. Good morning to all the security guards, the security officers. Those of you who are on your way home after a long night. I really, really do commend you all. I could never do this job, Yeah, no. Also want to say good morning to our sanitary technicians, the guys who collect our garbage, the drivers and the conductors on the trucks. Yeah, guys, please remember to wear your protective gear, all right? Because you are inhaling a lot of toxic fumes at times. Ensure that you are wearing your protective gear. Ensure that you have your regular medical checkups. Insist from your employers that these things should be afforded to you all. Nice, you all are doing an excellent job. At the early times and mornings on my way down, I can find guys either walking towards the point where they meet the various trucks, or they're on the trucks already. Now, I know some of you might be saying, there are some areas that they are falling short. Well, that's human, right? We don't know the circumstances. We don't know the reasons. It could be limited human resource. So just bear with them. Nice. Now let's look at the thought for the day, and it says, be faithful in small things, because it is in them that your strength lies. Be faithful in small things, because it is in them that your strength lies. Small steps. And that is really going to be my modus operandi for 2023 if the good Lord spares my life. Yeah, I'll be taking very small steps and making a move towards, my destiny. Quantum leaps are not always the right way to go. Yeah, take small steps. Be faithful in the small things, because it is in them that your strength lies. Small battles can lead to total victory. Yeah? Nice. So let's look at what's buzzing this morning. I will be having a member from the GUTCU Credit Union as we talk about the Loan Saturday for the Sister Isle of Carriacou. Yeah, so we have a guest this morning. And buzzing this morning as the debate on the 2023 budget presentation continued on GBN's Beyond the Headlines. An interesting development ensued with one of the panelists. Okay, I think that has to do with former Senator Gawe. Yeah? Morning, sir. How are you? Also, Grenada is on the list of countries to be visited by Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel. The Cuban president began a tour of the Caribbean nations on Saturday, which included his participation along with several ministers in the 8th CARICOM Cuba Summit that was held in Barbados. Nice, yeah. So he's expected on the island today, and I do hope that we give them, a Grenada welcome. Grenada and Cuba have established diplomatic ties some 43 years ago. So we look forward to that as well. The government is now seeking the help of carpenters and furniture makers to help supply the nation's schools and ministries with much needed furniture for the upcoming term. Good, nice. We look at back to the budget. We see that come early 2023, consumers will be paying less on some food products. This as government moves to implement VAT exemption on more items, trying to bring down the cost of living. The cost of living in Grenada, man, it's high. Yeah, but then again, it's not just Grenada. Good, nice. Good. We also hear that Prime Minister, the Honorable Deacon Mitchell, says the NDC administration has inherited a major problem with the health and safety of government offices and buildings, including the financial and ministerial complex buildings. He outlined government's plans to address the matter in 2023. I think there were some budgetary allocations for that. Yep. And you heard about the fire that broke out yesterday afternoon, just around 4ish, at BB's Crabback Restaurant, located on the Carnage in St. George's. Yeah, it is said that the fire occurred in the kitchen area of the restaurant. You'll be getting more information on that. So these are the stories that are buzzing this morning. So let's just go back and remember the word for the day is the word solace, and it means someone or something that gives a feeling of comfort to a person who is experiencing grief, sadness, or anxiety. Anxiety disorder, that's a serious thing. You can't sleep in the night because you're so anxious. Hey, that's, as Miss Jeremiah would tell you, that's spiritual. Yeah, the devil trying to mess with your head. Yeah, making you see things that are not there. All right, so yeah. The thought for the day: be faithful in small things, because it is in them that your strength lies. This is where we break off. We have the AM edition of news, sports, and the weather forthcoming. And that will be followed, of course, by the interview, the conversation with the representative from the Grenada Union of Teachers Credit Union. And then, subsequently, we'll try and get as much of a conversation as we can. So that's where we take the break. We'll be back after this.
Television Center at the Grenada Broadcasting Network, I'm Kenroy Batiste. An elderly woman is thankful for life after being bound, gagged, and robbed on Monday night. Beverly Telesford responded to a call from the woman and visited her home on Tuesday.
For 3 hours on Monday night, 79-year-old Ruby Batiste sat unable to move while two masked men ransacked her house. The men reportedly removed the phone and internet lines while they carried out the job. Batiste, who lives alone, said she prayed to God that she survived the ordeal since she has been diagnosed with a heart condition and recently suffered a stroke.
Just so discouraged, and I just keep praying last night, Lord. I had a stroke in 2015. Now I have a heart problem because I'm taking something for, like when I feel the chest pain, I have to spray on my tongue. So I keep saying, Lord Jesus, help me that I doesn't get another stroke. Help me that I don't get another stroke. Because so many paperwork I have to look after, and I'm hoping I could do that before something happened to me. And I just keep praying and praying, Lord, don't let me die. Don't let me get sick. Don't let them hurt me. But I must say, they did not really hurt me. It's just when they roughed me up when I was bawling. And then I realized, well, they said to stop bawling, and I had to stop because they tied up my mouth.
The Westerhall resident said the robbers entered through a window at the side of the house around 1 o'clock in the morning. Despite being robbed of valuables amounting to over $3,000 and cash that she had lying around the house, she was grateful that the thieves had a conscience and returned a piece of valuable jewelry to her.
I keep begging them, please let me go to the washroom. They take my 2 cane away from me. I said, because I could barely walk. I said, please give me my cane, let me go to the washroom. They said, just pee there. And these men spend at least, I would say this happened maybe after 1 o'clock. And when they left, it was like just around the 4 o'clock. They stripped the whole house. They take all my jewelry. They take over $3,000. So they took my chain. I had a gold chain in my neck that I wear every day with a cross. They ripped that off. They take the pair of gold bracelets I had wearing on my hand. They took that. They took my watch. They took all my jewelry. And when they take out my rings in my finger, that's my wedding ring, right? I said to him, he pulled it out. I said to him, Mister, please, that is my wedding ring. And I said, my husband is dead, but I would like to have the ring. Please give it back to me. And he gave it to me. And I was quite happy for that.
Batiste, who had been up since the robbers awakened her, expressed disapproval with the slow response from the Royal Grenada Police Force. She told GBN she had contacted the police since around 5 a.m. after the robbers left, and they did not show up until almost 10 a.m., at which point the news crew was already on the scene.
This morning, when I phoned them around the 5 o'clock hour, they answered the phone and they tell me they will be there shortly. When it was about 5 minutes to 7, they didn't come. Then the same mister that had phoned them for me, he was going by the gate. He said to the other gentleman, he said, "Are they here yet?" He said, "No." Anyway, I called them back again. And I said, "Officer, when are you going to come?" I said, "I need to go and lay down." I says, "I was awake, you're looking at sometime, maybe 1 o'clock, after 1. And I says, "I'm an old lady, I need to lie down and I'm not well." I says, "When would you all come?" He said to me, "They don't have a transport. They're waiting for something from Grenville." I says, "Well, when are you going to get here?" He says, "What do you want me to do, walk?" Now, is this something for the police to say? And with all of this, they just came from here, as you see. That was after 10 o'clock, I think it was.
The woman said before the robbers left, they untied one of her hands and she was able to untie her feet before seeking help from a neighbor. Officers attached to the Community Relations Department of the RGPF confirmed the report of the incident. Head of the Community Relations Department, Assistant Superintendent Simon Douglas, was unaware of the comments made by the officer to the victim and could not comment on that part of the matter. He stated, however, that it would be looked into. Reporting for GBN News,
Beverly Telesford reporting there. Now, Grenada is on a list of countries to be visited by Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel. The Cuban president began a tour of Caribbean nations on Saturday, which includes his participation along with several ministers in the 8th CARICOM Cuba Summit to be held in Barbados. The rest of the details from Christina John.
The visit by the President of the Republic of Cuba, His Excellency Miguel Diaz-Canel, to Grenada has been confirmed by the government of Grenada. In a release on Tuesday, the Grenadian leg of the tour by the Cuban President was made official with His Excellency Diaz-Canel to spend the next 2 days in the Isle of Spice. While here, he will hold discussions with Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell. The Cuban President has announced on his official Twitter account that he will make official visits to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Barbados, and Grenada, countries he considered brothers of Cuba, united by close ties of friendship and a history of support in the most difficult times. Cuba has contributed significantly to the construction of the then Purcell International Airport, later renamed the Maurice Bishop International Airport, which was built in the early 1980s. On Monday, the Cuban president wrapped up his 3-day state visit to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where he used the opportunity to tour the Argyle Airport and the Modern Diagnostic Center in Georgetown, both built with the help of Cuba. Diaz-Canel also held meetings with Prime Minister Gonzalez with an arrangement by both nations to continue cooperation in the areas of health, agriculture, climate change, and others. The president left St. Vincent on Monday afternoon for Barbados, where he will attend the CARICOM Cuba meeting. President Diaz-Canel, during his visit to Grenada, will be accompanied by a high-level delegation that includes several ministers covering foreign affairs, health, science and technology, foreign investment and economic collaboration. The Prime Minister, Honorable Dickon Mitchell, has since welcomed the visit that will serve to strengthen the long-standing relationship between the Republic of Cuba and Grenada and provide an opportunity to explore new areas of cooperation. Activities earmarked for the 2-day visit include bilateral and other strategic meetings, interaction with Cuban national residents in Grenada, and a visit to the Cuban monument. The year 2022 marks 43 years since the establishment of diplomatic relations between Grenada and the Republic of Cuba. The last Cuban president to visit Grenada was President Fidel Castro on August 3, 1998. Christina John, GBN News.
As the debate on the 2023 budget presentation continued on GBN's Beyond the Headlines, an interesting development ensued with one of the panelists. We get details in this report.
Was it a case of Garraway coming simply to say he could not come? Winston Garraway, the former Minister of National Disaster Management, showed up at the GBN to represent the new National Party on GBN's budget analysis on Beyond the Headlines. Earlier in the day, GBN was informed that former Trade Minister Oliver Joseph would represent the party. However, by late afternoon, the party announced that Joseph was no longer available and that a yet-to-be-named individual would attend at the GBN. Host Stephen Sidworm did introductions as per usual and proceeded to invite panelists to share opening thoughts on the importance of the budget. It was then that the NNP representative outlined his position.
I have a statement which I would like to read, and the new National Party notes with concern the non-delivery of the hard copies of the 2023 budget statement. After today's presentation, this document traditionally is presented to all members of Parliament and then the general public immediately after the presentation of the statement by the Minister of Finance. This is the first instance in modern memory where this has not been done. As such, members of the new National Party team have been restricted in their ability to respond in a proper and fitting manner in the short term to the budget statement 2023. We call on those responsible to ensure that the proper standards and expected courtesies of Grenada's Parliament are respected and effected.
While complaining about not having a printed copy, Mr. Garraway acknowledged that a digital copy was made available during the day.
while a digital copy was circulated prior to 4 p.m. this afternoon, and this based solely on the interjection by the leader of His Majesty's opposition at the end of the sitting, it does not allow our team ample time to scrutinize the 80-plus pages of information from a lengthy presentation and respond in short order to what have been many requests by the media for comments on said documents. The New National Party is prepared, after the receipt of the document and it is studied, to be involved in any forum to discuss said document.
Host Stevenson Worm was left with no choice.
But my contention is, Dr. Gawe, is that could have been intimated to our producers, prior to the program, and that could have been told to the producers, look, we have not received important documentation, and as a result, we can't appear in the program. And I think that's more protocoled, in my humble opinion, than what we get here tonight. Then there could have been an official statement or whatever, that, look, we did not get the documents that we needed, so we won't be able to give a good, rebuttal or whatever the case be, or comments or analysis about it. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll excuse Dr. Gawe. Dr. Gawe, thanks a lot for coming for a few minutes. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
Garraway read from a prepared text, and observers say an afternoon reading of the tea leaves should have pointed to last night's turn of events. Upon the completion of the proceedings on Monday, Opposition Leader Dr. Keith Mitchell rose on a point of order, articulating 3 points to the Speaker of the House, one of them relating to the absence of a printed copy of the budget presentation.
The third point, Speaker, I would love to have, usually at the end of this, we have a hard copy provided for members of the speech of the Minister of Finance. I would look forward to that.
Thank you, Honorable. You have your position?
The question is, exactly what was the motive of Mr. Garway's posturing on GBN's program? Was it a case of Garway coming simply to say he could not come? Was it a publicity stunt? The jury is still out. Joseph Kador, GBN News.
Other news. Come early 2023, consumers will be paying a little less on some food products. This as government moves to implement VAT exemption on more items. We get more in this Christina John report.
With the continued rise in cost of living being felt globally, government is putting measures in place, as Prime Minister Honorable Dickon Mitchell highlighted, to shield citizens from the devastating impact of high prices, especially on food, fuel, and other necessities. Effective February 2023, a number of food and other items will be exempted from VAT, with a review to be conducted by December of 2023. That announcement came Monday during Prime Minister Mitchell's budget delivery.
Items include 1. Soya chunks, 2. Veggie patties, 3. Olive oil, 4. Canola oil, 5. Soybean oil, 6. Sunflower oil, 7. Coconut oil, 8. Red kidney beans, 9. Black eyed peas, 10. Lentil peas, 11. Hand sanitizers, 12. Adult diapers, 13. Baby diapers, 14. Toothpaste, 15. Toilet paper, 16. Bathing soap, 17. Laundry soap, 18. Sanitary napkins, and 19. Condoms.
The exemption of VAT on these items is also aligned with government's policy to support healthy eating and lifestyles. The Prime Minister explained how these measures will be supported.
For the cost of living relief measures and to support our strategic priorities, we will implement the following. Effective February 1, 2023, increase the excise tax on alcohol from $1.10 and $4.40 per liter to $1.50 and $5 per liter, and the excise tax on cigarettes from 105% to 200%. Effective February 1, 2023, Mr. Speaker, increase the VAT on carbonated beverages, soft drinks, sodas, and drinks with high sugar content from 15% to 20%.
Water and electricity will also realize some adjustments.
Effective February 1, 2023, reinstate the environmental levy rate of $5 and $10 on electricity consumption as follows. Between 100 and 150 kilowatt hours, a mere $5, and over 150 kilowatt hours, a mere $10. Effective February 1, 2023, apply an environmental levy on water usage as follows. Between 2,800 and 5,500 gallons, $5, and over 5,500, $10. Thank you. Effective February 1, 2023, Mr. Speaker. Institute a no printing of more than 5 pages policy across the entire public service.
Christelina John, GBN News.
We're back at Television Center. Another pedestrian is reportedly nursing injuries at the General Hospital after a vehicle hit her while standing close to a shop near Laborie Junction. Here's what we know. The individual is said to be a St. Paul's resident. The vehicle accident, which happened at Laborie Junction just after 2 p.m. on Tuesday, involved a bus plying the number 4 route, a truck, and a private vehicle. While on the scene, GBN was unable to gain any information on what contributed to the accident or whether the injuries sustained by the female were serious. Our newsroom attempted to gain more information from the Community Relations Department of the RGPF on the incident, but calls to the department were futile. GBN will update you on this story once information becomes available. This story to report, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell says that the NDC administration has inherited a major problem with the health and safety of government offices and buildings, including the financial and ministerial complex buildings. He outlined government's plans to address the matter in 2023. Runaped Thomas reports.
Lack of proper maintenance and poor planning, major mold infestation, water leakage, and the non-functioning of critical services are just a few major problems with the health and safety of government offices and buildings. The financial complex building and the ministerial complex, the Ministry of Education building, and several schools and medical facilities are among those adversely affected. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, during his budget presentation on Monday, said that some of these buildings are not fit for human occupation.
Some of these buildings are not fit for human occupation. Compounding the situation is the fact that a comprehensive listing of all government assets does not exist, including the buildings that the state owns. The current state of government buildings is not only affecting the health and safety of our workers and citizens, but has also become a contributor to low productivity in the workplace. Mr. Speaker, our workers and citizens deserve better.
A rough estimate suggests that government will need about $200 million to tackle this problem, given the huge fiscal costs and the need to keep government up and running. The Prime Minister outlined a 3-step approach to solving the occupational safety and health issue they are currently confronting.
1. A major project targeting the rehabilitation and modernization of government buildings, including the incorporation of climate-smart and renewable energy technologies. Government is pleased to report that the World Bank has agreed in principle to provide US $30 million in highly concessional funding to support the work needed to address the renovation and improvement of public buildings. Work on the financial complex, Mr. Speaker, will start next year. 2. Greater use of technology and the use of flexible approaches to work, including remote work. 3. Rental of office space, where other approaches are not feasible. Mr. Speaker, as it stands, government spends more than $3.5 million in the rental of office spaces. Unavoidably, this cost will increase in the next few years before we are able to bring it down.
Aside Aside from the strategy to address the OSH matter, the NDC administration will develop a comprehensive registry of government assets and mobilize additional financial resources through public-private partnership to modernize and better manage government's assets moving forward. For GBN News, I am Rena Per Thomas reporting.
Well, it was not an ordinary call for help from a businessman whom Grenadians have become accustomed to. That's what's creating a buzz on social media.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz report.
A local businessman is calling for someone to come to his rescue as he says the action of management from a next-door business is causing him great distress.
Andy Johnson runs an auto parts shop at Woodlands, St. George. His business is located on the premises of his dwelling house. Johnson says that for the past year, he has been deprived of sleep and is frustrated. His main bone of contention lies with a doghouse which has been positioned close to his property. Social media users took to the comment section to share their thoughts about this development. The following views are that of members of the public and not of the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Glenroy said, hope for a peaceful ending to this gentleman's unfortunate situation at the hands of his business neighbor. Life is uncertain, so it's important to ensure that we enjoy excellent relationships with our neighbors and all those in areas where our businesses are located. It's rewarding and also a privilege when we can call out to our neighbors 24/7 and they're there for us. Let's build, keep, and cherish long-lasting and beautiful relationships with those next door. Carolyn said, this isn't right. It's disturbing his state of mind, especially if he's not able to get enough sleep as he should. Nathan said, ask the government to update the noise control laws on the books so a noise warden can warn the owner of the dogs accordingly. Can't really expect people to work and live in Grenada with 18th century noise control laws. Notice the law addresses townspeople because in those days the few wealthy people lived on the estate in estate manors or great houses and the estate workers lived in tiny houses in the towns. Gertrude said there are many ways to handle these problems. Think about it. You will find out the answer in your mind. That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
Ultratech gasoline and diesel, available only at Rubis stations.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
Solar lights are back in stock and will be available for purchase at Southern Electrical. Here is a list of the solar lights that we offer. 200 to 300 watt intelligent floodlights with camera, 300 to 500 watt solar street lights, 60, 100, 200, and 500 RGB solar floodlights, 100, 200, 300, 500, and 800 solar floodlights, solar garden lights, 25, 40, 60, 100, and 200 watt solar floodlights,
3, 7, and 10 watt solar wall lights, motion center garden lights, motion sensor floodlights, 30, 60, and 90 watt solar street lights with accessories, 5 watt solar wall lamps, 40 and 60 solar street lights, and 100 and 300 solar floodlights with battery power display. Now available at Southern Electrical, Dusty Highway, St. George. Visit our showroom today. Carriacou and Petit Martinique, make your wish the perfect gift this Christmas as the GUT Credit Union brings you Loan Pop-Up at the Carriacou branch this Saturday, 10th December for one Saturday only. Take advantage of this opportunity to get the money you need to make that holiday wish come true with a GUT Credit Union Christmas Make-A-Wish loan. Visit GUT Credit Union Carriacou branch this Saturday and make your wish the perfect gift this Christmas. Grenada, your loan Saturday continues at Grenville and Grandance branches as per usual. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
Ho, ho, ho! It's the season to be jolly, and the NLA is giving back loads of prizes to its loyal customers in its exciting Xmas Bonanza promotion. Yes, Grenada! It's your opportunity to win hams and bottles of wine and rum from November 15th to December 31st. Over 450 prizes will be up for grabs during this festive season. Simply purchase a single ticket valued at $12 or more in Lotto, Cash 4, Playway, or Pick 3, and check your tickets for the word ham, wine, or rum. Play daily for chances to win every day. Prizes are redeemable at NLA's head office on the Carenage on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, starting November 16th, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Must be 18 or older to participate. Terms and conditions apply. NLA, supporting sports, culture, and nation building. Happy Christmas, Grenada! Ho, ho, ho!
Do you know that you can lower your electricity bill by switching to energy-efficient appliances? By switching to energy-efficient appliances, you can help lower your energy usage. Your refrigerator, for example, is amongst the highest energy-consuming appliances within your home as it remains running throughout the day and night. Switching to an energy-efficient refrigerator can lower your electricity bill by up to 40%. As an individual consumer, I cannot impact global fuel prices. However, I can ease the burden of rising fuel rates by switching to energy-efficient appliances. What can you do?
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Spare your pocket, spare the earth, always at Grenlec.
Good morning once again. Welcome those of you who are just joining us. This is Good Morning Grenada, and I am joined this morning, as I hinted to you, a representative from the Grenada Union of Teachers Credit Union, the GUT Credit Union. He is the Marketing and Business Development Officer, Mr. Marcus Purcell. He's my good friend. Good morning, Marcus.
Pleasant good morning to you.
And how are you this morning?
Very well, very well. It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas.
Wow.
I tell you, I got up about 5:30 this morning.
That's late.
Yeah,
that's
but
late.
It's early for me.
That's late.
Yeah, and when I came out in the veranda, it's just like the coolness, boy, that coolness. I say, yes, Christmas started.
Yeah.
Started stepping.
I was telling my colleague this morning when I went into the shower, I thought that the shower was connected to the fridge. Yeah, the water was
cold. Real cool.
Well, I love that. I love cold water. Yeah, so the last time you were here collaboratively with someone from DigiCell with that collaboration you all are having for Christmas, how is that going?
Wonderful. Wonderful. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better partner, you know.
Okay.
And Digicel have been very supportive, you know. But we are taking things next level.
Okay.
Because we are going to Carriacou today. Carriacou on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, we are having the loan proper, but unfortunately, Digicel has a bigger event in Grenada.
Also, they can't go.
So they can.
What a pity.
But we will be there. We will be there to service our members and potential members. You know, so we going up this morning, right? And then we'll be doing some groundwork because, you know, this week is the last week of school. And most of our members, teachers and stuff. And this is the last week they're preparing reports and so they mightn't have time to come to the branch to access the loan. So Saturday we will be there.
Okay.
And they could come and, you know, do business.
I want to ask this because I love that level of dynamism that I'm seeing with the, you know, with the credit union, with GUTCU Credit Union. To come up with an initiative like this, it's sort of unheard of in Grenada. Loan Saturday. What was the cause for developing such a product?
Well, let me say this. The Loan Saturday began about probably 3 years ago. I was not at the credit union at the time. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the management saw it fit to have this event. So because people are busy during the week, very busy during the week, and that day, you know, most of them, that is the time they have on a Saturday to do business. To do their personal business. And the credit union saw it fit. I think it was sometime back in 2018, 2019 they started it. So it's not anything new to the credit union, but it just used to be taking place at our Grandhands branch. But for this Christmas, we brought it to Grenville. We had great success at Grenville, and then
last weekend
and week before.
Grenville. Okay.
And this week, we can't leave out Carriacou. And PT Matney, we can't leave.
I wouldn't have that happening.
Yeah, we can't afford. We can't afford to.
I'm a kayak.
We can't afford. Well, I'm a citizen of Carriacou.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. I know you're here to push this Loan Saturday in Carriacou, but looking at the financial sector in Grenada, we're seeing a lot of transformation, some exits and so forth from the so-called banks, right? In terms of market share and reaching out to the needs of our populace, how effective is the credit union movement in Grenada?
The credit union, in terms of, if you're measuring it with the banks, we not that, in terms of the size of the market, the banks have a greater share.
Assets and so forth.
Greater share. But when in terms of the credit union is growing, so it's about close to 80-something thousand persons.
Credit union members in Grenada?
Credit union members, right?
Almost the population, only those under 18 that
But the credit union, based on the certain bylaws, you can join when you're 16.
Okay.
You can join when you're 16, but is when 21 you could get a loan and stuff.
Okay.
But what happened? What caused a major transformation? The credit union movement is founded on the principle of people helping people. You see the hand in the logo? Yeah, that is what that means really. And is not when you're a part of a credit union, you're a shareholder.
You're not a customer, you're a member.
And you're not an account number.
Yeah.
You understand? And what has happened over the years is that the credit union has lived its mandate and its true philosophy by treating people the way they should be treated, empathizing with the people, understanding their needs, and so tweaking our products to meet the needs of the common man. Right? Remember, our goal is to make money for you, who is the member, who doing the borrowing. We don't have this set of shareholders that we have to make profits for profit is derived from our operation, and so we pay a dividend and to our members. But our main goal is service, serving people.
That's deep.
But that's why it is.
Yeah,
and that's why it continues. That's why it continues to exist since 1844. The credit union movement was founded, and it stood the test of time. You go through all the recessions, everything,
and it keeps growing.
And it keeps growing.
Because I think what is happening here is that people are getting to appreciate the fact that being joining a credit union, as you rightfully said, you're not an account number. You can walk in there and say, I am not liking where this television is, and you have to be heard because you're a shareholder of this thing.
A shareholder.
And it doesn't matter whether you have one share or a million shares. Everybody
have the same vote. At the
AGM, everybody has the same voting right of one vote.
Yeah.
Good. Another question. Technology seems to be taking over the day. And the financial sector is no excuse, no escape from that. But I've heard the cries from people, even me, sometimes you're trying to get into a financial institution and the technology is interacting with you more than an actual person. For example, you'll call and what's GT number? 4401
1354.
1354, right. Good. And for loans, press 1. For accounts, press 2. For some people, that is frustrating. The close, interactions that members should have with their credit union personnel. I hope, for heaven's sake, that the credit union movement doesn't fall in that.
No, what happens, right? Because of the volume of requests, you must have an automated system, right? Because what will happen outside of that, what you'll find is that if if we have 4 lines and 8 persons calling, and you're on 4 lines occupied, at least you will get a message.
Okay.
You understand? You will get a message rather than a busy tone. You understand? So, whereas it has its backdrops, but the world is some of the tasks you need to automate it. But we just have to have an appreciation and understand that the technology is there to enhance the service, because some of us have resistance to technology.
Yeah, definitely.
You understand?
Definitely.
We and that's why it takes us such a long time to make major investment in certain like online banking and stuff, because you still have people saying, "Oh, I don't trust this thing," and they will take my money and this, But what we have to do, we have to educate our members and let them honest. Because funny enough, in Grenada they talk that, right? But when they go migrate to the US and so,
they don't have a choice.
They don't have a choice.
They don't have a choice.
Yeah,
but I think the key word there is the education, right? Getting out to, and not just necessarily your members, because the rate that things are going in the credit union movement in Grenada now, there are a lot of prospective members out there. People are gravitating away from the so-called traditional banks, and because they are seeing the benefits and the importance of being a member of the credit union. So I think it's a bold step should be taken and sort of go on an educational drive to get people to understand that, hey, Grenada has to match up with the rest of the world, because that's the direction of the world. But in the process, what I don't want to happen is person-to-person contact at some point in time, because it will be a deterrent.
But you see, because the membership is diverse, so you will always have that personal contact because there are the elder members, they like that personal connection and come in with a book, get it updated.
Yeah, they want to see the money in the book.
Yeah, and some of them is retired. They get an opportunity to come to town and speak to a human.
That is the point.
You understand?
That is the point. So the human touch is not lost.
It's not lost
through technology. All right, I know you're a busy man. You have to catch the boat. So, Carriacou, Mr. Marcus Purcell and his team from the GUT Credit Union, they're coming up on they'll be in Carriacou from today, but they have this Loan Saturday. Where is that? Where would that event take place?
At our branch, Hillsborough. That's just opposite the Core Bank. Just opposite. So I went right in their nose, on a Saturday.
Yes.
You understand?
Kim the King, make sure you go across and talk to Marcus.
I have to pass by Kim. I must pass by Kim. Whenever I land in Carriacou, he's one of the persons I always.
All right, and let me send you somewhere else. Okay, take a drive up to Bel Air and ask for Miss Gail and have a drink or two at her bar, right?
Okay, she makes CMOS.
If you want that, she'll make it for you. All right, Gailey, so you'll take care of Marcus for me when he comes up, okay? So, folks from Carriacou, what the initiative on Saturday, will it be specifically for loans, or persons can come and...
No, they can come and do the normal transaction, withdrawal, deposit.
What if somebody wants to join the credit union on that day?
Well, that's the idea.
Okay.
That's the idea. It's not about just the loan. And it's not about the Christmas loan. If you need a mortgage, you need a car, come and we will listen to you. If you want to consolidate your debt, that's why we open to serve you, to serve the people of Carriacou and PT Matney. The PT Matney people, they could come over with a boat early in the morning, have a nice breakfast, and from 9 we'll be there.
Okay.
We'll be there.
And that's the only Saturday that you all will be there for the rest of the year. Is it something that will be ongoing?
Well, after we do our evaluation, and if it's worth doing it some more, we will. Okay. We will do it some more. But we have to evaluate the process.
You have to do a postmortem.
Yeah. And I really want persons to take the opportunity, the people of Carriacou and PT might need to take the opportunity, because they could win a lot of prizes,
I better come Carriacou.
They could win a lot of prizes. There is a lot of prizes at stake this Saturday in Carriacou.
Okay.
I must do a number of draws in order to, because by the 17th, all the jaws was
extinguished.
Yeah, because you want people to enjoy the Christmas. So like the shopping spree, you want to get a phone for Christmas, you want to get internet connection for Christmas, to watch Home Alone Part 1, like my favorite Christmas movie.
Yeah, Part 2 is my favorite.
And then there is an old one called What a Wonderful World, right? Which it teaches you, is really about the cooperative, like building and loans, where people make a run on the society. That is one of the favorite parts.
Okay.
And the man had to explain to them, it's your money and Suzanne money and this money we put together to, and he was able to salvage the situation. And it's a wonderful movie,
Okay.
It's a wonderful movie, and people should watch it and get to understand. A Wonderful World.
A Wonderful World, okay. All right, so Marcus, in wrapping up, I'll give you a minute or so to really extend a formal invitation to the people on the Sister Isles, Carriacou and PT Matney, what to come for, what they can expect, what you would expect of them as well.
Yeah, I just want the people of Carriacou and PT Matney to take that opportunity to come be a member. If you're not yet a member, come and be a member of this great movement. Yeah, and also use the opportunity to make your wish the perfect gift this Christmas.
All right, folks, I've been talking there with Mr. Marcus Purcell. He is the Marketing and Business Development Officer at the GUT Credit Union, and he's, extending an invitation to all those of you in Carriacou and PT Matney to join them at the GUT branch, that's in Hillsborough, on Saturday, as they have a Loan Saturday. But remember, although it's called Loan Saturday, it's not only about loans. You can come and solicit some information as to how you can become a member, what are the benefits of becoming a member of the credit union movement, and much more. So make it a must and be there on Saturday. And if you are impressive in your turnouts, it can be something that will be futuristic. All right, but as Marcos said, it has to worth the while.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you. Folks, we take a break. We come back with the conversation after this. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Carriacou and Petit Martinique, make your wish the perfect gift this Christmas as the GUT Credit Union brings you Loan Pop-Up at the Carriacou branch this Saturday, 10th December for one Saturday only. Take advantage of this opportunity to get the money you need to make that holiday wish come true with a GUT Credit Union Christmas Make-A-Wish loan. Visit GUT Credit Union Carriacou branch this Saturday and make your wish the perfect gift this Christmas. Grenada, your loan Saturday continues at Grenville and Grandance branches as per usual. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
Total is one of the world's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants, winning championships in motorsports, including Formula One and World Rally Championships. Total Lubricants are available at all Rubis service stations, leading automotive shops, and distributed by Huggins.
No, that's not how you cross the pedestrian crossing.
Really? One day I just woke up and I saw pedestrian crosswalks on the road. No one really showed me how to use them properly.
Well, this is how it's done. You never cross before doing these things. They might save your life. First, when you get to the crosswalk, you stop. You look left, you look right. If there's a vehicle coming, you put your hand out, making eye contact with the driver, indicating that you want to cross. And only when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, you quickly cross to the other side.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact. Wait for pedestrian to cross to the other side, then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
Looking for that injection of vibes and energy, of course? Well, I've got just that. Hi, my name is Gary Mr. Smooth, and I'm inviting you to join me on the Hot Morning Show on Hot 98.5, 98.7 FM. Weekdays, Monday to Friday, 6 to 10 in the morning. I've got a healthy dose of your favorite and most infectious hits sampled with information, news, laughter, and all the other ingredients that go into making the hottest morning show on the radio, The Morning Heat. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit us up on WhatsApp, 435-7517. We've got topics, we've got discussions, calls, voice notes, and so much more. But I can't tell you everything. You gotta tune in. The Hot Morning Show on Hot FM 98.5, 98.7 with yours truly, Gary Mr. Smooth. Kaboom!
welcome back, viewers and listeners, to this segment of Good Morning Grenada. It's indeed a pleasure to be with you again. And we just heard there from Mr. Marcus Purcell that the GUT Credit Union will be in Carriacou this Saturday for their Loan Saturday. And during the discourse of the discussion that we were having, Agatha said to deposit your own money from the diaspora is stress. Just for someone to deposit money for you is like pulling teeth. It shouldn't be this difficult to deposit money. All right. Alista says it is also difficult making deposits and loan payments to the credit unions from the diaspora. Online should mean just that. Delia says, Joseph Hyacinth, that's self-destruction without being aware of it. Okay. GUT is my credit union, so says Delia Alexander. Well, thanks, Delia. Thanks. Let me see what's happening on our WhatsApp platform. All right, nothing pertaining to that. Okay, with the conversation this morning, I want us to go back to is the budget that's in the air now. As a matter of fact, the budget debate commences tomorrow morning. And in his deliberation, the Honorable Deacon Mitchell listed some items that will be exempted from VAT. All right. It says, come early 2023, consumers will be paying a little less on some food products. This as government moves to implement VAT exemption on more items. My television guy is going to play that clip, and then I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on the items that have been given exemption on VAT, and are there some other items you think should be included and some that should have been taken out? I would love to hear that from you, but let's wait on the clip from television.
With the continued rise in cost of living being felt globally, government is putting measures in place, as Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell highlighted, to shield citizens from the devastating impact of high prices, especially on food, fuel, and other necessities. Effective February 2023, a number of food and other items will be exempted from VAT, with a review to be conducted by December of 2023. That announcement came Monday during Prime Minister Mitchell's budget delivery.
Items include 1. Soya chunks, 2. Veggie patties, 3. Olive oil, 4. Canola oil, 5. Soybean oil, 6. Sunflower oil, 7. Coconut oil, 8. Red kidney beans, 9. Black eyed peas, 10. Lentil peas, 11. Hand sanitizers, 12. Adult diapers, 13 baby diapers, 14 toothpaste, 15 toilet paper, 16 bathing soap, 17 laundry soap, 18 sanitary napkins, and 19 condoms.
The exemption of VAT on these items is also aligned with government's policy to support healthy eating and lifestyles. The Prime Minister explained how these measures will be supported.
For the cost of living relief measures and to support our strategic priorities, we will implement the following. Effective February 1, 2023, increase the excise tax on alcohol from $1.10 and $4.40 per liter to $1.50 and $5 per liter, and the excise tax on cigarettes from 105% to 200%. Effective February 1, 2023, Mr. Speaker, increase the VAT on carbonated beverages, soft drinks, sodas, and drinks with high sugar content from 15% to 20%.
Water and electricity will also realize some adjustments.
Effective February 1, 2023, reinstate the environmental levy rate of $5 and $10 on electricity consumption as follows. Between 100 and 150 kilowatt hours, a mere $5, and over 150 kilowatt hours, a mere $10. Effective February 1, 2023, apply an environmental levy on water usage as follows. Between 2,800 and 5,500 gallons, $5, and over 5,500, $10. Thank you. Effective February 1, 2023, Mr. Speaker, institute a no printing of more than 5 pages policy across the entire public service.
Christelina John, GBN News.
Thank you very much, Christelina. So now let's have the conversation. I'd like to hear from you. Are you satisfied? I am cool with this. I know there are a number of folks that would, be concerned about the increase in the taxes on the alcohol and the cigarettes and so forth. The carbonated drinks as well, and sugar has been removed from the VAT exemption list. So I'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts? Good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Innocent, I want you and all the other people in Grenada and elsewhere who love Grenada, do not think that I'm against the budget. Let me just tell you this. The government has taken out taxes on a lot of goods. Now, these goods are not produced in Grenada. So, even if the taxes have been dropped on those goods in Grenada, or they are free to come in, they don't charge any tax on it. The price will depend on the production or the people who produce it in the external market. Irrespective of what we do, we may try to do good, but we are not producing some of these things. For example, oil, even condom. I know you're glad for that one.
Okay.
Yeah. So I look at these things. The price could even go up, depending on what they charge you for it abroad, the importers that bring in it. So you might have a little ups and downs about the changes of the price or what has been done in Grenada. We don't have no industry to affect prices that things that are coming abroad or to compete. Even this thing with that coconut oil, sometimes we could hardly get coconut oil. All the diseases have taken down all the trees that produce the coconuts for making the oil. Now you buy a bottle or a pint of something, coconut water, for at least $5. People don't make oil as before. They make they sell coconut water. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, caller. Thank you very much too. It's 18 minutes on to 8 o'clock, and I'd love to hear from you. Good morning. Hi, good morning.
Morning, Innocent, or morning, Gordon. I just support the last caller. Some of what he said I was going to say in any case. Most of the stuff that are on the list are imported items. But my concern, not so much as the imported items, some of them are not good for our health, even though they are brand name.
Such as?
A lot of the particular oils and them. I wouldn't call the name. In fact, right on your network, around the corona, the start of the corona, there was a doctor on Beyond the Headline who shocked people by saying to them, when one of them asked him about a certain oil, one of the names I called, he said, "This is no good." And he said that the most safest oil is the coconut oil. Unfortunately.
Let me ask you this, caller. Having said that, do you remember a few years back, all right, there was a drive claiming that coconut oil was unhealthy and had the bad cholesterol and so forth, and they were promoting the soya and the other oil. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I know that. That was a ploy. Just as some of our people still have the idea, cocoa, look at cocoa too hot and making you sweat, and so the other stuff that they bring in is better. Okay. So, I mean, it's something where we have been programmed to act against our own interests.
Right. Let me ask you another question. Having said that, you have you have an issue with the oils being on the exemption list. What if it?
No. I'm saying that I mean, I'm not condemning. I'm just saying that they're on the list. I mean, people need relief. And as the first caller said, I'm not against it. It's not a matter against it. Just saying, okay, yes. But unfortunately, even the coconut oil that is on the list, it's not about the local oil, because the local oil is expensive. We need to help to make sure that there's a good supply of coconut oil here, and it's affordable.
Okay, all right.
I mean, so even the variety of coconut plants we have right now, we have lost a lot of the local. I mean, I'm not too sure if it's the indigenous, but with the hurricane and with disease and so on, we have a lot of the varieties we have now from Mexico and so on. It's not always this. That's why people complain they're not producing as much.
Okay.
These are things we need to be looking at. But at least I think we need to appreciate the effort to make life a little more comfortable. The other thing about oil is one of the things that contribute to heart disease and all that kind of thing.
Okay.
So we need to really think about, even when we bringing relief, how much relief. One thing I want to say in terms of the list, I would have hoped that in addition to the peas and so on, we would have had split peas on the list. Split peas is one of the better, in spite of the fact that we have to import it, is one of the better peas for our health in terms of our brain. If Miss Betsy Finley was alive, she would tell you that.
All right.
So that, but I think, I hope that this is a more conversation rather than condemnation. Because all people in Grenada are very limited in our thinking. If you say something, well, I guess, no, you're just pointing out certain things that people may not have known.
Okay.
I have information where doctors tell you that the kind of oil that has been marketed to people generally make them prematurely old.
Okay.
Trust me.
All right. Thank you, caller.
Thanks.
13 minutes on to 8 o'clock. That's the time. 435-2041. I think it's a step in the right direction, and I'm of the opinion that this list can be modified as time progresses. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Innocent. How you doing, man?
I am great. How are you?
Not bad at all. No, I know you want a comment on the list of stuff that are exempted from VAT, but your clip played something that I am really excited about, and that is the limit on the amount of wastage and stuff we're sending to the landfill.
Why do I know you were going to say that? I knew that.
It's been a while. And you see all these printing of multiple copies, drafts, and what of huge documents. And at the end of the day, it's thrown away. You go to workshops, they give you all these paper, you go home with it, a month or two you're cleaning out, and you throw it out, not realizing the ink that was used towards the environment in most cases. The trees were cut someplace, and even if you were using recycled paper, there are costs and so on and things in there that do hurt the planet. And I think if we're looking at transformation, we're looking at a better ICT integration. We're looking at moving into the whole digital economy and all these things, digitization and all these things. We have to at some point in time go back and side with the decision that was taken since 2019 to go paperless. Remember when that trip to Estonia and what have you? We have to do something about it. I really applaud that, and I am excited about that.
One of the things that really impressed me is when I heard the Honorable Prime Minister say that from the time he entered office, there hasn't been any printing.
Yes.
That touched me. So what this means, it means that you have your task cut out for you, and don't call me back because I'm not coming back in the system. But you need to go on a drive getting people into the technology. You understand?
Yeah, well, I was telling somebody that just, yesterday, that it is easy to search a large document, a PDF file, cross-reference it, put your comments, and so once you know what you're about, and I think we've had, the whole COVID time to get up to speed. Teachers were forced to get up to speed. People were forced to work from home, and I believe administrators should have taken the opportunity as well to ensure that, a simple PDF, you can search it, you could mark it up, and so forth. So, yeah, I'm up to the task of helping our people get a little bit more empowered to use it, but I am really excited. 5 pages, I wish it was just 2 pages. If it's more than that, don't print it.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, man.
Have a good one.
All right, bro.
God bless. Yeah, that was a former colleague of mine, man. I am not getting back into the teaching again. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah. Good. Please start trying to get me now. On NIS, I listen to people making noise about NIS and the increase. But a lot of people already pay now 5% in NIS.
I wasn't aware.
Yes. In 2013, CLICO and British America. CLICO borrowed 28 million from NIS plus British America 10. NIS write it off to the board, right? When the whole problem come up. And they put 1% in order to recover back that money. So a lot of persons who was working for over $3,000 a month, okay, was paying 5%. They could check the payslip. They just put it across the board. No, that is what it is. But if they don't do that also, since 2008, there was some move to change with NIS up to 65 because NIS going downhill. So that is not a bad move. The next thing with the teaching hospital, I hope the government will build a teaching hospital privately and leave us with our general hospital.
Okay.
Because when you follow research and history as opposed to believing in history, and you look what the Jews talking about what Hitler did to them. Hitler killed more Jews, more blacks than the Jews. With the experiment. They don't have to open up a bunch of food had eat without any anesthetic or anything, any drugs or anything. Open up a kidney. This research, this is what our people went through. You don't hear about it in the issue, but you study this issue about it. Okay. This is back to the 1500s. So we're talking about a teaching hospital. They're talking about research. I don't want to go in the hospital and nobody experimenting after that people come and surround me.
Okay.
That should be a choice.
All right. Okay, thank you, caller. Mm-hmm.
Right.
All right, good. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily what we were discussing this morning, but it's all in the spirit of engagement, yeah? Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Innocent. Thanks for having me on the line. Are you getting our feedback, by the way?
Say that?
Are you getting our feedback?
Not really.
All right, well, let me go. With the reading of the Honorable Prime Minister, I agree with him 100% of letting things go less,
Letting what?
Letting the item go less.
Okay.
I agree with him. But what I'm trying to say is that, we have to help ourselves too. When I say help ourselves, if you live in the country, the time you go in and burn gas, to cook, when it's dry outside, go outside and light fire. Right?
Okay.
Go on the fire soon. And next thing again, let's go with Nawasano, right? Because I know across by the days with the help me to tell me where they give all the water in authority. What they could do, right? I ain't telling you what to do, but if it's me, what I would I do? To help Nawasan, to help yourself at the same time. Get a 2 black tank, and when rain fall, you catch your water, right? Because in Antigua, Nawasan in Antigua don't give you. They don't connect you unless you have a tank, whether a concrete tank, you call a piston, or whatsoever it is, So then, okay. And before I leave you, all what I have to say is that, we could make with local coconut oil too, right? Help yourself, because I remember, when my mother make the local coconut oil, me I want the coconut oil, I want the bone part to suck. And well, tweet, I don't know if you experienced that. Do you experience that before?
Yes, I know.
All right, okay. Well, then I will have to leave it there right now.
Okay,
until next time. So God bless you, Mr. Emerson.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day, caller.
Yes.
Keeping a constant check on the clock, it's 6 minutes away from 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock workers, you should be on the job site already so that at 8 you can start producing, right? Yeah. Like I said, I think it's a step in the right direction with, the administration taking steps to impact the cost of living positively. I think it's a good thing. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Yes, the question of the reduction on food, I think it is a positive move. But as a previous caller stated, I would have liked the emphasis be on more healthy foods. What the cardiologists and other medical professionals have discovered, some of those oils,
don't call names, right?
They are dangerous for our health or our overall health. So if we are talking the transformation with health and wellness, I think the emphasis should be placed on healthy eating. For example, the olive oil should be lowered. It's excellent for our health, but it is also expensive. And other type of foods like the legumes and things, more of that should have been given the reduction. But the intent is good.
Okay.
A relief for all of us. Good morning.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you. Have a good one yourself. Yeah, that's a very, very, very valid point there. I did not hear olive oil on the list, but like I said, it's a place to start. Consultation and so forth would eventually realize that. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Yes, people need to review the information, and I think maybe government should make use of the listing that they have of emails and stuff that they record for tax payments and however means they collect data on person's email and send copies of the budget presentations to the masses. Because generally people do not read. We do not read. We just go on hearsay. The olive oil was included in the listing along with canola oil and most of those healthy stuff that is a little pricey. It was listed as an item that the reduction would be done on.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, caller. And let's see, I can accommodate one final call. Has to be brief, and let's see who is this lucky person. Good morning. Hi, good morning.
Hi, morning.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Just want to make two comments. I hope I'm not too long. One, the rise on the sugar. A lot of people still use sugar for the cottage industry, which they try to help themselves. Sugar is not going to disappear. There's still jams and jellies. We have our famous guava cheese. We have our tamarind balls. A lot of people in the diaspora look out for these things, and people make good money by cottage industry. So I believe it's more lifestyle, and education to reduce sugar consumption and not necessarily bringing it up. It is very expensive already. A lot of people are going to be affected who use sugar for their cottage industry and they make it up cakes and all these things that they really use to help themselves,
Yeah, that's correct. That's a very valid point, my dear.
Yes, thanks. The next thing is green spaces in St. George's. We have lost our botanical garden because somebody decided it's better to put concrete there, buildings there. We need beautification in this country. We want to push tourism. I'm hearing about agriculture. I'm not hearing about beautification. We need a horticultural garden. We need back a botanical garden. No matter how small, we'll build from there. But if we're really serious about tourism, people look at our Chelsea presentation and they come and they ask, where is the Chelsea garden?
Okay.
So we really need to look at beautification in Grenada if we are serious about tourism.
And not just tourism, but the climate change as well. It affects climate change, doesn't it?
Thank Thank you.
Have a good day, darling.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, folks, this is where we have to wrap it up this morning. We've exhausted the time and need to take a commercial break and head on to the BBC. Those of you who called and participated, thank you oh so much for your participation. And should the good Lord spare our lives, we'll do this again tomorrow, same time, same frequency. Before I go, though, it's important that I do that. Heaven Hills shopkeepers and retailers are given a time frame within which to reduce food prices. Hope the government regulates and monitor these retailers for compliance. Many are reluctant to begin the process. Price gouging and so forth. Impose time limits on the callers. Thank you very much. All right. How about the PM saying that people seeking free send money must be treated with dignity and waiting in lines for the money? That's a good one. Now, government cannot control all the food that we buy and eat. People have to take control of their own health too. So says Allison. This is it, folks. So we've got to wrap it up. Thank you. Those were the comments from the folks on our Facebook page. See you on the flip side of 8.